The traditional concrete masonry unit has been being used for years. An 8-inch by 8-inch by 16-inch unit is one of the many traditional elements of the masonry industry. The Meyer Lok block is a new, impressive, innovative design that requires no high level of experience, a gasket instead of mortar, and on top of that, a 2-day job can potentially be done in less than 3 hours with this product. When you are constructing a project with the Meyer Lok block, mortar is almost a thing of the past. On the first row, when using Meyer Lok blocks, it is required to mortar the units to the foundation. However, once the first course is level and square, the project goes up very fast and very professionally. The patented design of the Meyer Lok block enables the wall to interlock together horizontally and vertically as it is constructed. On the top of the block are 2 tendons to enable the unit to lock together horizontally. On one side of the block is a male end, and on the other side is a female end. These 2 ends interlock to each other, creating a true and secure interlocking system. Once again, no mortar is required beyond the first row. Instead of a mortar joint, this innovative product requires a gasket material between rows to ensure a tight, secure bond with no leakage. Time and time again, the patented Meyer Lok block interlocks together with ease. Each unit is specially designed to interlock together. These interlocking units make it possible for a wall to be constructed a lot faster and a lot easier than a traditional masonry unit. Most of all, anyone with limited experience will catch on to the process very rapidly. In this footage, a 20-foot by 16-foot by 8-foot high garage is being constructed. This garage has 1 garage door, 1 entryway door, and 1 window. Once all of the Meyer Lok blocks were delivered, the first row was put down, being bonded to the foundation with mortar. After that, a crew of 4 non-experienced individuals began constructing the garage. After 19 minutes, the third row was fully completed. After 44 minutes, the sixth row was fully completed. After 1 hour and 15 minutes, the ninth row was fully completed. At this point, the crew set up scaffolding and finished the 12th row on the left side after an hour and 45 minutes from when they started the project. At this point, the crew moved the scaffolding to the other side of the project and finished the entire Meyer Lok block laying process in exactly 2 hours and 42 minutes. It took 2 hours and 42 minutes for a non-experienced 4-person crew to erect a 20-foot by 16-foot by 8-foot high garage. This job would be known to a master mason to take at least 2 days to fully finish the job.
I'm not a certified. I was a tender and layer, but I was not a certified master mason or anything. I worked about 3.5 years for a couple different contractors. I do mason work, I do stone work, rough-in construction, finished construction. I've laid contemporary style of masonry work, but this is the first time using this new interlock system block. Well, it was the very first row of blocks that we laid down. We got one row down, we started with the second row, and we started laying them the same way like you normally would with regular blocks when you have to actually spin the blocks around 180 degrees and start the other way. That was about the trickiest part we had in the whole project. The rest of it was just laying them down as fast as you could. Each of the blocks has tabs that stick up on the top of the blocks, so to get them to lock together properly, you got to spin each row of blocks around 180 degrees. Then they lock together properly. I think this one's going to be just a sealed outside. Real basic. It's just going to be mainly be a storage building for us, and so we're not going to go real in depth with fancy stucco or anything. We're just going to seal the outside.
Because I'm not a mason, I don't know how to lay blocks, and this was a unique experience to put these things up without having to use any mortar. I was really impressed with the block. The way the thing went up was phenomenal. I mean, we put this whole thing up in less than 3 hours. If I had to do this laying block the normal way, I can't tell you how long it would take. It took probably about a dozen blocks. After you've laid about a dozen blocks, you got the hang of it, and after that, there's nothing to it. Anybody, any skill level, can do this, can lay these blocks. The last block, you have to remember that you have to flip it over so that the bottom side is up on the last layer block, which is something I didn't know the first time I did it, and so had to take the first layer off, or the last layer off, and flip it over. But those are the things you learn, and I was wondering if it was going to be sound enough that it would be more waterproof and things like that. But one of the unique things that we did today that I didn't do on one other installation with these blocks is we took weather seal, cut it into strips, and put a 1-inch strip on each side of the block. We actually built 2 seawalls out of it, and it went up very well, and we poured them solid. Once we got it constructed, we poured them solid and put a cap on it. We did one 100 feet. We did another one that was that also was 100 foot, and we're in the process of doing one that's 300 feet, and that one's half done right now. If we're making break walls and stuff like that, this method is really a slick way of doing it.
All in all, the Meyer Lok block is a proven mortarless system. It's proven to be a faster process than traditional masonry units. It's proven that nearly anyone with any level of experience can learn to put them together.